friends, and welcome to the latest spin. I'm Mike Spinner, Student Athlete World USA, coming at you on a very happy Monday. It is especially happy if you're a fan of the New York Hockey Rangers. Break out the brooms, people. Start spreading the news. I want to be a part of it. New York Rangers, baby. 4 straight wins over the Washington Capitals to advance to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. They look pretty good, didn't they? I'm not going to get into any bold proclamations or anything. There's a way to go, and it looks like they have a date coming up with the Carolina Hurricanes in the second round. Now I know Tim, living in Raleigh, fan of the Canes, and I'm not saying Tim there's any animosity here. You're still my boy, Blue, but man, we're gonna have a little fun. I think the next couple of weeks if the Canes finish off the Islanders, which I think they will, and advance to the next round. And Tim, you want to have me down as a guest to one of the games? I'm not opposed to it. Let me just leave it there for you. But real exciting time if you're a Rangers fan. If you're a hockey fan, I don't think there's a better sporting event than the Stanley Cup playoffs, and it's prime time for it. So it's a real fun time to be a hockey fan. Quick welcome to our new travelers this week. Avery Gerald women's lacrosse, Bella Cosgrove women's lacrosse, Avery Jones men's basketball, Joseph Schreiber Rivera men's basketball, Ariana Rundgren women's lacrosse, and Taylor McKenna women's lacrosse. So excited to have you travel with us. And it's the end of April, almost beginning of May. Many of you, by the time you watch this video, will say Student Athlete World begins its travel season next month. So exciting, my favorite part of the year. Can't wait to be in Spain and Portugal, and can't wait to see and hear about all the tours that you're going to take and have the coolest experience of your lives this summer. Now, shifting gears. So for a while now, I've been answering questions that have come my way about our tours to try to educate you even further. As we're now kind of reaching the end of that process, the organizational process, I'm going to shift gears a bit and every week highlight one particular tour. So that way, those you getting ready have a lot to kind of be excited about. And the one I'm going to spotlight this week is our European Women's Lacrosse Championship Tour, which comes in July. And it's a unique tour. It's the first time we're doing this tour. The European Women's Lacrosse Championship is being held in Portugal. We run amazing tours of Spain and Portugal. So, of course, we're taking a women's lacrosse team over. That roster has grown by leaps and bounds the last couple of weeks. I'm really excited about that roster. I wish I could do this tour myself. I'm jealous, but for those attending this tour, the biggest thing to be excited about is the atmosphere. There are going to be women's lacrosse players, coaches, and fans from all over the world coming to watch the European Championships. Just today, Team Israel announced their final roster for the European Championships, and they're always one of the best teams in Europe. So that's really exciting. But you're going to be at a sporting event only one big step behind the Olympics because as of today, lacrosse is not officially part of the Olympic Games. It's a really big deal what you're going to. So you're going to have a chance to see the best lacrosse in the world, play against international competition, and oh man, the places you're visiting in Portugal, it doesn't get better than where we're going. Braga, Porto, great summer visitation, amazingly beautiful parts of Europe. You're just going to love it. Can't wait to release that final itinerary. But if you're going on this tour, I want you to be especially excited because I think it is an amazing balance of lacrosse as both a spectator and an athlete and travel because there's nothing better than Portugal, especially in June and July. So if you're not already real excited about this, it's time to get more excited because we're putting the finishing touches on this tour. And I would gladly do this myself. I wish I could. My touring destination has already been settled, so I will not be going, but I'm real jealous of those who. Now, what in the world? This week's What in the World is brought to you by Pancheros. Welcome aboard, Pancheros. What in the world this week has nothing to do with sports, just a piece of my mind that I'd like to share because I have a feeling this impacts many of you who are watching. What is going on with Chipotle these days? And that's why I brought on Pancheros before Chipotle as a sponsor. There was a time that I felt about Chipotle the way I feel about fine dining. I didn't want to eat there too much because I didn't want to ruin the experience. Now I have a 12-year-old son who's become a bit of a Chipotle addict, but we both agree that the quality of the product has diminished completely. It's just not that good anymore. I still want to go. Okay, I still want that burrito fix. I tried Pancheros over the weekend. I really liked it. So I'm wondering if a shift in Tex-Mex priorities is not imminent. But I just want to know what happened to Chipotle. It used to be so good, and now it just isn't. And it's the ingredients aren't as fresh. I feel like there's different ingredients being used. I think the chicken has gotten really spicy. The vegetables aren't as crisp, they're far more oily. It's almost like they've completely shifted gears at Chipotle. I don't know why. You don't fix what isn't broken. It was just so good, and now it's not. So, what in the world, Chipotle? I am not leaving you yet, but you have to step up your games because I was pretty impressed with Panchero. That's all for the latest spin this week, as always. How do I get one of these last remaining roster spots? How do I join in the fun? How do I have the coolest experience I've ever had? Go to studentathleteworld.com, complete your application, schedule an interview with me, and pack your bags. Have a great week, everyone. See you next week.